Welcome back to Turning the Key to Real Estate. I'm your host, Nicholas Fegley.
And Heather Patron Shook.
Well, everybody, we have a special guest joining us today, Miss Rebecca Bowman with Coldwell Banker Realty. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Nicholas?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Heather, how are you out there in Philly?
Oh, I'm living the dream here, living the dream, trying to decorate for, the holidays coming up, but
It feels so weird. We were together Friday, we were together yesterday, and now we're not.
no, I left you, and here I am in my remote location in Philadelphia.
On site.
Yeah,
So,
listen, it happens.
It does. So, Rebecca, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a mother of 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. They are in 2nd and 3rd grade here at Cumberland Valley School District. I am a full-time real estate agent on a team with Coldwell Banker. Our team is comprised of 11 agents right now.
Oh, wow.
And our team lead is Christina Bailey. So I'm part of the Christina Bailey group at Coldwell Banker.
Nice. Do you have any specific role in the team or?
Yes. So all agents on the team are full-time agents. So we all help buy and sell, real estate. But I also have a role where I help with our team development and our marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marketing background.
I have a degree in marketing. Yes. College degree in
That
marketing.
makes it easier. Yeah. I feel you.
I always feel like that's a good transition. That's
Yes.
a really good transition for into real estate is the marketing side.
Yep.
So. Yeah. Prior to getting into real estate, I worked in college recruitment, and that sort of thing. So that kind of gave me that introduction, and then college degree, and then I have a master's degree in leadership as well.
Ooh.
Fed its way into the team development and helping kind of with our processes and all that.
That's pretty cool.
So how long have you been doing real estate?
I got my license in 2017.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, 2017. the end of the longest recession in my career.
Why real estate?
Well, the first 2 positions that I held after college, honestly, I was laid off from both of them. And I said, forget it. I'm going to go work for myself. And there was an agent that motivated me to look into that. And so I did. And I asked my husband if he was on board to hold tight for a little while we figured it out. And he was. So I am very grateful for his support. And we went from there, and we jumped in both feet full time and made it work.
Yeah, I mean, I can fully understand that. Having that support is always helpful with that kind of a transition, for sure.
Absolutely. It makes it a much less stressful transition.
Especially if you're on their health insurance.
Yes. For sure.
So talk to us how you ended up with Kristen and the team.
Yeah, so I ended up with Christina Bailey because Christina Bailey and I actually grew up in the same town.
Okay.
When we were kids, which was out in like Wing Gap, Bushkill Township, Nazareth, Pennsylvania is where we grew up. So we actually went to the same church as kids. And when I was getting into real estate, I was having a conversation with my mom, and my mom said, well, Christina's out there. Why don't you go talk to Christina? And I said, yeah. All right, I guess I could do that. So I reached out to Christina, and she remembered who I was, and she had actually helped my parents with a property a couple years prior that they owned out here. And so so we just kind of connected and went from there.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
got it. You have to vibe because it's the team is like it's a family.
It is.
It's a business, and you got to sync together, and if not, it can be rough. So that's really good that you found a good home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great.
And I've noticed that, the teammates have to be okay with the fact that real estate regulation says it has to be XYZ's name
Sure.
to that. And like, I know there's certain ones out there that their ego gets in the way, like they can't, but yet they would be great on a team and the synergy working together,
Right.
but they just can't
Get
take
beyond
that
that.
dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So talk to me about the team. Are all of your teammates college background degreed people?
No, not
Or
necessarily. People are coming from all different, backgrounds. We've had, one of our agents was working as, I don't know, a chef or something like that. Somebody else was a baker. There was bartenders. There was
Yeah.
all different kinds, stay-at-home moms, it's all different kinds of backgrounds.
So then what would you say is the key to success? If it's not the college degree,
Sure.
what would you say the key to success is?
Drive. Right? I
Drive.
mean, you have to have the drive to go out and have the conversations and present sometimes difficult information to people. And then also be able to celebrate and be excited with them. There's so much I don't know, energy and emotion around these transactions that they want a partner and they want somebody who can celebrate with them and go through the highs and go through the lows. And
Yeah, I'd
You
agree.
can't fear rejection.
no, absolutely.
No. And I think that's the thing I hear the most from newer agents in the business when I talk to them is, well, I don't want to be told no.
Well, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You gotta have thick skin.
And what was the worst thing that happens when you heard no? Like,
Yeah.
you moved on to the next one.
Yeah.
Well, do
That's not that scary.
No, you learn from it. You try to pull something from those rejections and
Yeah.
figure out what you can do better next time. And that's that.
And you know what? I like how you said that because that is truly the case. You need to ask why. Don't
Mhm.
just take the no and, say, to better myself, can you help me understand why you or how you came to that decision so that then you can grow as an individual, or even let's take that to the next step, picking up the phone and calling the 9 offers that didn't get it
Yeah.
and saying, hey, here's why. It was so wonderful. I had Paul Motes call me the other night
Okay.
because we lost on an offer. And he goes, hey, I just want to tell you why. And I'm like, thank you. And then the next day I
Respect.
just get an email of like, oh, hey, they went with another offer. I'm like,
Right.
that helped me nothing. Like, thank
Right.
you. Like,
Right. Even when you kind of know it sometimes of areas of your offer that you can improve, but
correct.
the market's
It's
always
nice to
shifting.
have
It's
that
nice
to
to
then
have the
take it to the
conversation.
to the client and say,
Yeah.
okay, here's what they told me and why. And then go, I told you so.
But even using that as an opportunity to educate them maybe on
Correct.
something you didn't bring up. Have we talked
Correct.
about transfer tax? Have we talked
Yep.
about creative, who knows what?
Yeah.
And there's things that I've found that buyers are sometimes willing to do that maybe I was just hesitant to bring up to them.
Yeah.
Which is so true. So what areas do you cover?
Mostly I'm in Cumberland, Dauphin, Northern York counties for the most part. Our team covers everything from Franklin, Perry, Lancaster, York, Lebanon. We cover, all of central PA, and I cover those areas as well. But a majority of my business falls between Northern York, Cumberland, and Dauphin County.
So if you don't cover it, somebody on your team does.
Absolutely.
And that's a good thing. That's also very helpful because you have coverage.
Yes.
So
we met because of BNI.
Correct.
Talk to me why you find the benefit in BNI,
Yeah.
why you stay a part of it.
Yeah. BNI is a fantastic group to be a part of, or any networking group that puts you in front of more individuals. One thing that I found when I got into real estate is, when you work for a company, you're in front of people that need things, I don't know, all the time. In real estate, you can sometimes get yourself in a hole where you're at your house all day or you're in an office all day and you're not exposing yourself to more people. And so BNI gave me an opportunity to be exposed to a group of business professionals every single week. It allows me to build a relationship with those business professionals every single week. But it also gives me a portfolio of, again, business professionals that when I'm out meeting with clients and they need whatever it might be, they need a handyman, they need a plumber, they need somebody to discuss their finances with, they need an estate attorney because who knows what. I now have a group of trusted professionals that I can connect them with, and it's in real estate, we like to be that go-to person for anything that they need. The more opportunities that we have to touch somebody, the better that it is, for our businesses as well. So by me being able to help them, they can then also help me. And so it's just worked out very well for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I said to Heather, so I told her that I'm taking the spot for the title.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what BNI is? She was, well, yeah, I know what BNI is. I was like, how does everybody know what it was except for me? And it's because
I've got many years on you.
Just a few. When I got into real estate, I came from the back end of the mortgage side where I didn't go out. I didn't need to go out. I didn't want to go out.
Sure.
So I'm on the complete opposite side of that now, where it's like, oh crap, I do actually have to go do this stuff now.
Right. Yeah. Right. You've got to stay in front of those people to make you be their thought when their mother or their neighbor or their sister says, hey, I think I want to buy a new house, or I want to sell mine and I want to move to Florida. Who knows? Whatever. You want to be that point of contact.
For sure.
You want to be the connection. 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what made you want to get into real estate? I mean, I think you covered the fact that, you got laid off and everything, but was there an actual real estate connection in any way? Or it was kind of like, I could do that.
I mean,
what's the real story?
I mean, the real story is I was sitting on my son's bedroom floor and he was, I don't know, 10 months old, and he was crying, and I was unemployed and had to figure out where we're going next. And I don't know. I mean, I just kind of fell into it. I wanted to be able to have a little more flexibility as my children were getting older. My husband's job is not flexible. So if the kids are sick, if they need, driven to school, if they forget their lunch, who knows, whatever it might be, he's not going to be the one that's going to be able to run those things over there. So as I was exploring whatever this next career was going to be, I knew that I needed that flexibility, and not flexibility to, to make your own schedule, whatever. I mean, sure, that's great, but just the flexibility to be able to not ask permission to put my kids on the school bus in the morning, I wanted to be able to get them off the bus if I need to make appointments or whatever it might be, that I don't need to ask permission to do that. I can just do it, and I can just live my life and work my life and take care of my family and provide the way I want to provide and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not worry about having to call somebody and say, can I go to my, child's school today to hand out and help out and do whatever.
That's 100%.
That's great. Yeah. And that's just it. Some people don't but we understand. We wake up every day unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
Every day we wake up unemployed. We work every single day. But even though we might be out there tending to family and to personal stuff, we are also working, because I am sure you find yourself.
Absolutely.
Though you're at your son's school and you might be helping out there, you are answering text messages and emails and phone calls.
I mean, I was just saying to somebody this morning, the funny thing is with this job, the Tuesday morning I got up at 4 a.m. and I worked from 4 to 6:30, and I was getting my database and I was getting invitations. I was doing all this other stuff that just needed done, that doesn't need done, from 9 to noon. It can be done from 4 to 6:30. And guess what? Your phone's not ringing. The kids don't need anything. Your husband's not awake.
It's funny.
It's lovely.
Because she said to me this morning, she goes, why were you up at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, because it's a fantastic time to get stuff done.
This doesn't go off.
But then you can put the kids on the bus at 8:30 and you can get to the office at 9:15, and you can leave at 4 o'clock if you want to. It doesn't matter, because it goes back to that drive. However much business you want, you put in the hours one way or another.
You put in the hours
too, though, because I had a conversation with a client on Columbus Day, and it kind of irked me a little bit, because I made the comment, as like, okay, well, the bank is closed. we can't get XYZ today for the lender because the branches are closed. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm home because it's a government job, blah, blah, blah. I guess you don't get that. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to walk right past that comment because that was just flat out rude. Because this is a job that, you know, it is a Sunday afternoon and you get a call, you're typically answering it. It is
Sure.
you know, on vacation at the beach and, you know, an issue happens with one of your deals, you're jumping on the phone and dealing with it. Like it does not turn off. And I think that that's something though that I wish that the public would also understand a little bit too and have a little bit more respect for
Yeah.
as well.
But I think that we also have the benefit of it's our business to turn away.
Yes.
So we
Mhm.
can either make the money that we want to make or not. And we're not held to somebody else's determination of how good of a job we did to see if we get our 3.5% at the end of the year.
Or whatever is negotiable in any way, shape, or form under.
No,
any
she's talking raises.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
talking.
I'm just okay.
living.
Just
Yeah.
double checking.
No,
Like Kelly got
no.
a 50-cent raise
Right.
and was complaining about it. And I'm like, well, you're the one working a 9 to 5. Don't look at me.
Right. Correct.
Like that's the choice that you make. And
Correct.
like, and I love that you say that because I remember even though I was back office, there was still a goal that was set by somebody else that my team had to hit in mortgages. And it was miserable.
Mhm.
Like that's not the goal I would have set. I would not have doubled what we did last year. Like, that was a dumb idea.
Where did that come from? Was that the stretch goal or the real goal? What am I being evaluated on here?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and so now if I don't meet my goal, it's the goal I set
Right.
for myself. But then that goes back to what you said at the beginning. You have to have that drive. You have to push for it.
Correct.
So what would you say would be a piece of advice that you would give to a seller that would be universal to all sellers? And it's just a piece of advice when it comes time to selling their home.
Mine is put the toilet seat down.
It is that is hers. It is her pet peeve.
Yes, put the toilet seat down. I mean, I think most buyers make their decision on the home before they even step foot inside. So one of the things that I think I would say to all sellers would be curb appeal matters. Regardless of if you're living in a condo or you're living in a single family or a townhome, there's buyers for all different properties, but curb appeal is a
Everything.
universal thing, right? So whether you're decorating and putting a nice wreath on the front door of your condo, or you know, you're dressing up your front stoop on your townhouse or whatever it might be, just that doing what you can for your piece of property in terms of the curb appeal, I think makes the biggest difference, because more often than not, they've made their decision as they're approaching that door.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about for
That's a good
buyers?
call.
Have a good relationship with your lender. Have a good relationship with
Be
your
honest.
and be honest. And if there is something that you want, like, you got to talk through it. You have to explore it. You have to see what your financing options are. And are there different ways and different options that we can look at to get creative? I think if anything, the market these past 2 years has taught us that we need to be creative, that we need to think through and explore and, you know, turn over rocks that maybe we haven't had to do before. Before, you know, people may have fell into an FHA or a VA or a USDA or conventional bucket and period, you know, end of sentence, you approve or you don't. But now I feel like you have to look at so many different facets of what that pre-approval looks like, but then also what just financing looks like in general. Can we explore different options? And I think just being able to have a good relationship with the lender and being honest with your lender to work through some of that has been helpful.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would add
Good
to that
recommendation.
though also is pick a lender that you're going to be able to get on the phone after that 5 p.m.
Yep.
Because there are going to be times, it doesn't have to be every single
No.
day, but there's going to be a time that we need them.
Yep. Because
after
we
that
sell
5.
houses Friday through Sunday,
Correct.
not Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
And
As long as there's the word day in it, we're selling.
Uh-huh.
And let's be honest, we've all been in that position to where it's 8 o'clock at night, offers are due 9 a.m. the next morning, and there's an issue that we need answers from the lender, and we don't get it.
Hmm.
Like, and you could miss out on homes because of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to get creative and you're saying to them, well, what if we go over asking, what does that look like to you, et cetera?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, what does being a realtor mean to you?
It means that I get the ability to help people find their real estate, whether it's investment or their primary home. It means that I have the education and the tools to help guide them and be able to do what they want to do to the best of their ability.
Helping people invest in real estate.
Yep.
One of the biggest investments. You can't move.
Make generational wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's be honest. We all know that real estate makes the economy go round. Like, that's not going to change anytime soon.
For sure.
Totally understandable.
Thank you so much for coming in and sharing a little bit
Absolutely.
about yourself, the team, and what you do, how you do it, why you do it.
Yeah.
If anybody is looking to get in touch with Rebecca, all of her information is going to be down in the bio here where you can click and it will take you straight over to her website. Well, everybody, that was another episode of Turning the Key to Real Estate. I am your host, Nicholas Fegley.
And Heather Patron Shook.
Don't forget to like, follow, share for more great content like this today.